Welcome back everyone to another episode of the Crafty Crow Show. Today's video, once again, we are doing a drive-through for what I always call the Sunday Drive on the Harlan County History Series. Today we are traveling out a little bit farther, like we did with the Everett's video, and we are going to the town of Wallins, also called Wallins Creek. Wallins, just like Everett's, deserves its own or multiple videos. So there's tons of history in this town. I'll share maybe a little bit of it that I know. Other than that, I don't know enough about the town to give you all a good history video on it. But I think y'all like doing these Sunday drives just like I do. So it's kind of fun. I figured we'd just drive through the town and I just kind of show you through. So, as you can see, we're on US 119 heading to Wallins, and we are going to do a little exploring before we actually get into Wallins. It's something that I'm curious about. I want to show you all about. So we'll take the Wallins cut off here, but we're gonna go somewhere different first. Now, if y'all remember on my, what was that video called? The coal monument video. I'll link up here in the right. If you remember on that video, or you go watch that video, I talked about the 119 when it was initially built, and it was called, whoa, the name's left my head. What was it called? Rhododendron Highway. There's not much of it left because the 119 we were on right then was a new construction back in the 50s. And there wasn't a whole lot left of the old road, and sections that were there, got widened and things like that. But I do know where one original section of the Rhododendron Highway was, so we're going to go look at it. Right there is on the right was Wallins Fire Department. Sorry, you don't have scatterbrain now. Wallins Fire Department, that's where they're at. A lot of good guys and gals there do a good job at their job. That didn't sound right, did it? My mind's in 20 places at once. Let's see. Where is it? I think right here is where we turn. So let's head out. This was, if we can get through here, there could be a gate up now or a big old log across the road. Dang it. I didn't get to show you all that. That right there was the original Rhododendron Highway. There was a guy at work, his family owned land out there that used to be able to drive out through there to an old house. And I'm not about to go out through there because I don't know who owns it now. Plus, there's a big log across the road. So, that's disappointing. I didn't get to show that to you all. That's one of the only original sections I remember, or that I know of. Well, I know of one more. But, the original sections of the Rhododendron Highway, there you can see the old the drainage tiles and stuff for the road. It was stone work and everything, and it was pretty cool just to drive down through there. I didn't know that's what that was back then when I was in there. So anyway, I guess I ain't gonna take you for a little surprise visit, but we come back down here to what we call the three-way stop, and we'll turn on the highway. As you can see in front of us, 219. 219 goes through Wallins. Now, Wallins is another very important town in coal mining history in Harlan and the industry of Harlan County. The first coal mines, the first commercial production coal mines ever in Harlan County was here in Wallins. Wallins also had mines owned by Henry Ford. You know who Henry Ford is, Ford Motor Company. Yes, Henry Ford owned coal mines here to supply his steel mills and stuff for getting the steel for his vehicles. You know how Henry Ford did. Everything was in-house. He tried to own all that. So Henry Ford owned coal mines here, and the oldest mines that I'm working on trying to figure out where they're at, and maybe we can at least go see the sites for something in the future, but I'll show you kind of where to go to get to it. We crossed the bridge back there that was crossing the Cumberland River. And here we're coming into the town of Wallins. Now, Wallins was its own city. It had city council and everything. But Wallins is nothing like it used to be. And the first place we're going to go, and I don't know how far up through here we're going to go, is Terry's Fork. This is called Terry's Fork. It's nothing but houses and stuff up in here now. But at the end of this road, to my understanding, and I might learn different later on, but to my understanding, up here at the head of Terry's Fork is where the first mines opened up in Harlan County. Wallins is about halfway between Harlan and the Harlan County line there at Moelis. Oh, that dude needs a little bit extra room. So Wallins is about the halfway point for that, so it's about a quarter of the way to Pineville. And when they built the rail lines up through here, I'm assuming this was the first place they actually got to with the rail lines, was these mines here. So the start of the coal boom started right up this little holler. Now, I don't know how they would have brought it out. This was in the 20s, the 1920s. So, 100 years ago now. And I don't know how they would have got it out to the rails right there where we just, crossed the train crossing. That's the closest rails that I know of. There could have been something built up to here and not had all these houses here on the left and stuff. I don't know. But we'll drive up through here a little ways and see. I know on the ambulance, I've been up through here, and honestly, right off, I don't remember how far I've been through here this is. But I've kind of been to the end of this road. Jason from Ann's Adventures, he's from Wallins. He grew up here in Wallins. And he remembers like the school bus and stuff would come up through here, and there's a turnaround spot here at the end. And I think past that turnaround is where the mines would have been. But, I'm not 100% on any of this. Any of y'all that's lived up here that know way more than I do, and I'm sure there's plenty of you, comment down there below and let us know, and that will help me start learning the history. And once I learn it and get it in my head and get these stories and stuff, that will help me get that out to all of you so everybody else will know. Plus, I'm just curious myself. That's one reason I do these history videos. I'm curious myself. I love history, and then when you learn about history about your hometown and stuff, that makes it even more interesting. And I want to hear your all stories and things so I can build that history up in my head. And then when I put it on video, that helps me to keep from forgetting it, because that happens a lot. There's a house for sale if anybody needs it. Okay, this is the end. I remember Jason telling me that he can remember, riding the bus, and this was the turnaround for the bus. So you see that gate on past it? Somebody's got, a nice house. Let me turn around where you can see that house. This is kind of proof that this used to be a bigger mine, because look at that house. You're probably looking at it crooked, but that's a stone house, 2-story stone house. Got the stone rock wall in the front of it at the side of that lane and stuff. For this area, that's kind of indicates that was like the mine owner's house or the foreman's house or something. Those houses were always nicer than the regular miners. That was an official for the mine or something would own something like that. So I didn't even notice that last time I was up here. So for that house to be there, this is definitely on the right track to find out. And this road that we're on right now could have very well been the rail bed at the time or something, because all these houses wouldn't have been up in here, in the beginning. So let us know. I'm really curious, because if I know that's where it's at and I can find out the property owners, then I can get a hold of them. I can talk to them and see if there's even anything up there to look at. And we're talking a mine that old, it's probably, if there's anything left, just a hole in the side of the mountain. But that to me would be humongously important to find that first mine that brought that first coal out of the county. I think that would be awesome to be able to see myself and to be able to get up and show you all. Just huge Harlan history. I know I'm a geek, guys. I can't help it. Somehow that God made me that way. I don't know, but I decided it's like knowing this stuff. Okay, back out of Terry's Fork. I didn't want to bore you with driving back out of there because you've just seen all that stuff. Here, yeah, I can probably sit here for a second. Here in front of us, I can't sit here for a second. There used to be, as you can see, the stone foundations, many more buildings. This is the three-way stop here in town. I'm going to try to go down the back lanes and come back up this main strip, but nothing left. They've burnt over the years and stuff. I remember working one or two of these fires here on the ride. Like everything else, as coal left, the people left. As the people left, the industry died. And, you know, so Wallins is nothing of the size and glory that it is. Okay, sorry guys. Apparently my GoPro battery just decided, nope, I'm done. So switched out batteries, continue on. I want to take you this way because this is the way. It's called Happy Top. It goes across the mountain. You come out in the community of Cold Iron. This is the way Mom used to go to school because she used to go to the school here at Wallins. They lived over in Cold Iron, and she would ride a bus across this. This bridge right here is what I want to show you though. Look at this bridge. I can't remember the age on this thing. Look how narrow this is. And I mean, you know, it's got a walkway, but you might be able to see on our way back. And 1928 or 29, I couldn't tell if that was 8 or 9. It's when that was built. But the thing that's amazing about that bridge to me, and we're not going to go across Happy Top in this video, don't worry. Actually, kind of in the middle of one thought, there's another one. Right there's where that big rock slide happened that caused the CSX train to derail there a few years ago. Cleaned up nice. Anyway, this bridge, you'll be able to see it better going this way, but 28, 29, when it was built, can you imagine kids on a school bus going across this bridge? I mean, it was apparently built sturdy because it's still holding up, but you can maybe see there on the left all the black on the pedestrian walkway of it because people have to put the tires up on it to get across it. This is a very old and narrow bridge, and it just kind of, I mean, we have to get up on that with the ambulance up on the walkway. It's just, I don't know if cars were, I guess, not as wide back then. I don't know. So let's cut onto this street that I do not remember the name, and the street sign is tore down. But this is the, pretty much would be the back lane. This would have been the downtown area of Wallins. And as you can see, and I've not been back here in forever, there's nothing. Even when I was growing up, there used to be houses and stuff back in here, to the best of my memory. And it's just all empty open land that the dreaded kudzu's taken over. I hate kudzu. Y'all hate kudzu like I do. You have to deal with it. I have like an ongoing battle with it. Anyway, I know. My brain goes tangent all the time. But here's some of the houses. I better slow down for this or it's going to jar our teeth out. It's a nice old tractor. I'll take you and show you the school. They have totally redone the school and tore down the old section and rebuilt it. So I'll get in the parking lot so you can see that better. I know a lot of you be interested on that, and I do apologize for not getting up here and filming that. I was actually going to get on film what the old school looked like and kind of some of the construction, and they done it like, it seems like in a day or two they tore it down. It was One second it was there, the next second it was gone, and I was like, man, I didn't get my act together on that one. There's an old house that, of course, you can't see. Watch this little kid with his lawnmower. That just reminded me another good thing about living in the mountains. People wave. You all that don't live around here, do people do that where you live? They just wave when you're driving through and stuff? It's nice. And I think that's one of the nice things about living in smaller communities. People's like that. You know, if my truck was to break down right now, I have no doubt that somebody would stop by and ask if I needed help. And you don't really get that in the cities. You still do. I know people do. So I'm not going to say it never happens, but it's more likely to happen here in smaller towns. And I just like driving up down the street and people waving. You know, if people pass you in the car, like when we was up Terry's Fork right then, 2 or 3 of them where it was tight spots, we both got over for each other and we just waved at each other as a thank you. No big deal, but I don't know why that thought just hit me. It's a very nice thing, and I do enjoy that. So this is going up 219. It's a pretty long stretch of road, coal mines, and where Henry Ford had his coal mines. I think the video is going to be too long if I drive all the way up there. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because I kind of want you all to see that the old mine office is still up there. We'll drive up there, but I won't keep the video going the whole time because I don't want you all to sit through that whole thing if you're not interested. Well, maybe I will. No. Okay, I can't make up my mind. We'll turn around here at Katinga and we'll go back out. We'll go up there sometime though and do that, especially if I get some history. I want to show you that and where Henry Ford's mines was. So this little area is called Katinga. It's out of the Wallins city limits, but you know, we consider it the Wallins area. But it's called Katinga and because of let me see if I can remember this history right. Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia is how they got the word Katinga. I'm sure that car that was behind me is glad that I'm turning off. Y'all are going to have to do something, so I'll stay straight on stuff. Katinga. It's also Katinga National Forest, but it was a coal company, and that's what they named it. God, there's better history than this, guys. I'm not prepared to give too much history, but the reason it's called Katinga is it was a joint thing, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia. I guess the company owned property in all three. And, you know, we're right here at the Virginia border, and you go to Millsboro and you're at the Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia border right there. So we're right here, a border county. So this whole area, I think up here was considered Katinga because it was all under that company's control originally. Correct me, please, in the comments. And that's not being smart. Please correct me on it and give me some history on it. But I'll have a better explanation when I do another video on it with some actual history stuff. You all know I try to do the best I can with my history and actually give newspaper articles when I find them or whatever to kind of back up my research. So, yeah. Do I talk too much in these videos? I'm trying. I've got this wide angle going on my camera, and I'm trying my best to not drive too fast, but like right now, I've got a minivan pushing me up the road. I'm doing 30 miles an hour, and I know on video it looks like I'm probably doing 70 up through here. Let's pull over here at the store and let them buy. Just just because I don't want to hold nobody up. Yeah, Wallins was a lot bigger town than what it's portrayed now. It seems like it's had the hardest hit with decline, and I'm wondering. Sorry, guys. I wonder if that's because it was such an early boom town. It's why it wasn't built up as big as like Harlan, and I know there was other resources put into it, but Harlan and Lynch and Everett and stuff seem to have more infrastructure built for it than Wallins did. So this is back on Main Street 219 going back out, and you have the school coming up here in front of us. So let me get pulled in the parking lot of the school to give you a look. That addition was done, got bus parking and stuff underneath. I can't remember exactly when that addition was done, and I just messed up. So let me go around the block, and I will get you where you've got a good shot of seeing the school. I thought there was another entrance into that parking lot. I was wrong. Hey, there's a little bridge going across the creek. Didn't know that existed. And I don't know if you've seen it, there's a little pony or a goat or something back there. The random things you'll find in Harlan County. Okay, now we'll get around where you can see it. So here is the new construction on Wallins School. You got this two-story looking thing here with the buses under it on the right. That was added on to the original building. Now the original building had set right here in front of us. The only thing left is of the original building, to my understanding, is the gym there on the left where you see the Wallins School and that dome. That's where the gym is, and that was part of the original building. But everything in front, the school come all the way out to the street here. So all this was built new. They kept the gym, but they tore down the entire old school because Wallins is an elementary school now. It used to be a high school. And I think it probably stopped becoming a high school in the 70s because they consolidated everything to Kaywood High School, which is where I went to high school. So you had Lowell and Wallins and some of these smaller schools here on this end of the county consolidated into James A. Kaywood High School. But Wallins remained an elementary school this whole time. So this school actually is kind of special. This is where Mom went to elementary school and transferred out to Kaywood when they opened it up, I think in 1972, 71 or 72. But there's you a good view of what they've done here in Wallins. And I know a lot of you that might be interested, if I can spit that out, interested in this video and are watching this are probably alumni of Wallins. So please, in the comments below, let us know what year you graduated. Give us some of your stories about the place. What do you think about the look of the place? I know a lot of you would probably be upset that the old building was torn down. And I wouldn't blame you because, I mean, I know how that would feel. But let us know all your thoughts and all your stories because we all like hearing them. So for the most part, guys, that's Wallins. Wallins is kind of weird for me. The history of Wallins, to me, stretches all the way up to 19, up into the head of the holler up there. But this was the actual town. This is where the shipping point for the coal would have hit the trains and stuff here. And I've got Wallins Post Office on the left. This is the hub of all the activity in Wallins. It's right here. So, but for the actual buildings of the industry and stuff downtown, this right here, this intersection was it. The train line used to run on the right side over here. I remember there was a spur line went all the way up, I guess up to the Ford mines. It kind of comes up and looks like it kind of follows the road right here, almost the way that track bed was. But yeah, I know it don't look like much now. It kind of makes me sad that there's not even as much buildings and stuff as there used to be to pull that history from. But like I said, it's just a theory I just thought about. Maybe a reason is because it was the first boom town of the coal boom that started in the early 30s and the late 20s. You know, the whole reason for rail lines even getting built into Harlan County. This would have been one of the reasons here in Wallins. And maybe just because it was such an early town, there wasn't a lot got built up when the lines got extended to Lynch and Harlan and stuff, and there were way more mines to pull from them. I don't know, but no matter what the size of it is, it's still a very proud little community. And I swear some of the best people I've known in my life have come from up here at Wallins. So it's real good people that live up here, strong people, and just good people. There's just good people. I've liked a lot of people from up here. So no matter what the towns look like, all these little towns, no matter what they look like, the people that are still here are good people, and they're just good country folk, I guess is what you'd consider. We've had rough times, and there's not a lot of industry, and you know, but they still get up every day, put on their clothes, and live their lives, and try to do the best to be good to each other, and that makes a big difference. So I hope y'all enjoyed this trip through Wallins. Like I said, I know it's a short trip, just kind of showed you around, and if there's anything I didn't hit that I should have, let me know. We'll be making more trips back to Wallins though, don't worry, and I'll give you some actual good history of it. But until the next time, and until the next time we're at Wallins, thank you all for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the Sunday drive with us through the town of Wallins, Kentucky. And as usual, remember, be good to one another as the good Lord tells you. And we'll see you all on the next video.